Global tensions are once again centered on the increasingly strained relationship between the United States and China, following a high-level exchange between defense leaders. On September 9, United States Secretary of Defense Peter Hegseth engaged in a video call with his Chinese counterpart, Dong Jun. This significant interaction took place against a backdrop of ongoing and deeply entrenched dispute concerning the sovereignty of Taiwan and the contested territories in the South China Sea, two flashpoints that have consistently fueled friction between the world's two largest economies. The call aimed to address these critical issues, though the tone and outcome, as reported by Chinese state media, suggests a deepening of the divided rather than a resolution. According to a detailed report from Xinhua, China's official state news agency, the video conference saw Chinese Defense Minister Dong Jun issue a stark and unequivocal warning to Washington. Dong Jun's declaration was uncompromising, stating directly that any attempts to deter, contain, or interfere with China will absolutely fail. This statement underscores Beijing's unwavering resolve to protect what it considers its core national interests and its territorial integrity, particularly concerning Taiwan, which China views as an inseparable part of its sovereign territory. The phrase absolutely fail leaves little room for ambiguity, conveying China's determination to resist any perceived external pressure or intervention in its domestic affairs and regional ambition. The context for these high-stakes discussion is further complicated by recent remarks from United States President Donald Trump. President Trump had previously leveled accusations against China, alleging that it was actively conspiring with Russia and North Korea in a concerted effort against the United States. These accusations, made prior to the defense minister's video call, undoubtedly cast a shadow over the diplomatic exchange, contributing to an atmosphere of distrust and heightened suspicion. President Trump's assertion of a collaborative effort among these three nations against American interests suggests a perceived formidable bloc that Washington believes is working to undermine its global influence and security. The issue of Taiwan and the South China Sea remains at the heart of the geopolitical friction. For China, Taiwan represents an unresolved civil war legacy and a matter of national reunification to be achieved even by force if necessary, a stance that deeply concerns the United States and its allies who advocate for the island's democratic self-governance. In the South China Sea, China's expansive territorial claims, coupled with its construction of artificial island and military installation, conflict with the claims of several other regional nations and with the principle of freedom of navigation, a principle vigorously upheld by the United States Navy through its operation in the area. These two issues are not merely regional dispute, but are seen as litmus tests of the international order and the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. The exchange between Secretary Hegseth and Minister Dong Jun highlights the persistent challenge in managing the complex U.S.-China relationship. While such high-level dialogues are often intended to de-escalate tensions and foster understanding, the specific language reported by Xinhua suggests that China is taking an increasingly assertive stance. The warning from Dong Jun can be interpreted as a clear signal that Beijing is unwilling to compromise on what it deems its fundamental interests, and it is prepared to resist any action it perceives as hostile or infringing on its sovereignty. This makes the path toward de-escalation more arduous and underscores the deep strategic competition between the two global powers. The video call and the subsequent reporting reinforce the narrative of a world grappling with intensified geopolitical rivalries. The United States, under President Trump's administration, has clearly articulated a policy of confronting what it views as Chinese aggression and challenging its rising global influence. Conversely, China, under its current leadership, is demonstrably asserting its position as a major global power, demanding respect for its perceived sphere of influence and rejecting what it considers interference in its internal affairs. The interaction between these defense leaders serves as a critical barometer of the current state of global affairs, indicating that the competition between Washington and Beijing is not only continuing, but is also characterized by increasingly sharp rhetoric and firm resolve from both sides. That's all for me for today. If you like the video presentation and you would like to follow for more, hit that subscribe and like button now, and we will continue to build this show for you. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.